Yes, people, we are live. Big up everyone. Welcome back to another stream on the channel. This is your Game Week 16 preview on the channel. And I feel like it's been a while, but I think the last one that we did was Monday. So now we are back previewing the games on the weekend. Also, we might, maybe touch about midweek games, but yeah, for now, it is a preview for now. But yeah, we're back. We're going to start them people. As you know, we always do this. And we've got Manny here. Big up to you, Manny. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. I've survived the cyclone in my neck of the woods and come out okay. First of all, I wish to start by extending my, prayers, love, and support for all people over here in Madras who've been affected by the cyclone and also other areas of the south of India. I do hope that you will all receive relief from your governments, state governments, as and when possible, as quickly as possible. And also to all of our Jewish friends who are celebrating around the world, I'd like to say Kog Semach, happy Hanukkah to all of you, and may your prayers be rewarded at this time of year. And apart from that, nothing much else to report.
100%. Nah, big up to you, man. It's always good to see you and have you with us. We've also got Mr. B with us. How you doing, Mr. B?
Big up, fellas. Yeah, cool, man. Cool. Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Midweek games went all right. Went good for me. Brentford, I mean, yeah, a bit unlucky, but yeah. Obviously Arsenal did not. Did you guys pick midweek? I'm not sure, but no, it was at Luton. Yeah, I think it was Luton, but nah, it went all right. But yeah, we're back to again, and I feel like it's been quick enough because obviously the midweek it goes pretty quick. So now another Premier League weekend football to discuss, but we do have a lunchtime kickoff. It is Crystal Palace versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
I saw Klopp moaning. I saw Klopp moaning, by the way. Oh my god, this guy, mate. Huh. Loves to moan. Yeah, because I think he was having a dig. Because one of the guys with the microphone is like, "Oh, you think I must?" It was something to do with him moaning about kickoff times and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's Jurgen Klopp for you. But Palace do host Liverpool. I do expect Liverpool to win this. I mean, Palace they've been on and off for me. I know they've got. I think Eze or Lisa's back. One of them, those two. I think both are back. To be fair, but yeah, it should be an interesting game. But I do expect Liverpool win, even though Klopp likes them on about kickoff times. But yeah, Liverpool should win this. But you never know with this Premier League. But I think Liverpool will be too strong for Palace. So I will go for 2-0 Liverpool. But Manny, over to you. How do you see this game happening? Because obviously Palace, they've been on and off recently, but yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is actually going to be a really, really, really tough game for Roy Hodgson.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got one of his former clubs coming over to pay him a visit. And this, of course, on the back of his ridiculous comments about how Crystal Palace fans have been spoilt in recent weeks. And I prefer to say spoilt, not spoiled, which is the more Americanized / international form of the word, past participle and all that. And I mean, you could say have been spoiled or have been spoilt or what have you. Whatever. He was quoted as saying the fact is the fans have been spoiled here in recent times. They're used to seeing us do very well at home, getting good results. This year we haven't been able to do that, and the frustration is the fans came that night thinking it was going to be an easy win for Palace, and it turned out to be a home defeat. And he then later on said that he regretted the choice of word bitterly and was distressed by his comments, but he's going to have a lot of work to do to try to win back the fans. And of course, he did earn some goodwill when he replaced Patrick Vieira, coming back for a second stint, of course, and started to get them results again. But it just goes to show that every single manager, especially at a club like Crystal Palace, will go through peaks and troughs, seasons of plenty followed by seasons of famine, and vice versa. And what distressed me a little bit about their losses to Luton and Bournemouth is that those are games which Palace would have been expected to win last season, but this season they just haven't gotten their tempo right there. I just don't think they look as cohesive as they used to. And
No.
what was about Bournemouth was that they scored more goals than we did at Selhurst Park. So let's not say that this Palace team will necessarily be easy, because obviously, I mean, I think Easy is still is still unavailable. He's injured. Eberechi Easy, that is.
Yeah.
And without Easy, it's not going to be easy. Ugh. Somebody come at me with some handcuffs now, please. I'm crazy.
It's not a Lionel Richie song. It's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah, but instead of Sunday morning, it's Saturday lunchtime. Whatever. But but obviously this is going to be an easy game, and Liverpool now, of course, 2 points behind Arsenal, will be determined to try to win this game and put some pressure on us before we head over to our former manager's neck of the woods. And on paper, this should be very easy, because for Liverpool, that is, they don't have easy, but they do have a new midfield, and they do have the likes of Salah and others firing on all cylinders. Nunez is still a little bit inconsistent, but he does have an irritating ability to pop up every now and then with some useful goals. Their defense is still going through a few tweaks every now and then. Joe Gomez being thrust into a left-back role with injuries to Robertson. I think even Tsimikas, I don't even know if Tsimikas will be available. I mean, it is a little bit unsettling. But with this Crystal Palace team now low on confidence, and they've now completely got the fans on their back rather than having their back, I can't see beyond the Liverpool win. And I might even go so far to say that it will be a tough day for Sam Johnston in goal. 3-1 to the Reds.
3-1 to Liverpool, yeah. Mr. Over to you. Do you agree with Manny?
Pretty much. I mean, I think Palace are really in a bad way at the moment. I mean, obviously, that new manager bounce thing with Roy again, it's gone a bit, isn't it? Let's be honest. He's finding it tough there at the moment. Our boy. So, but it's I think Liverpool win it. I'm actually going to go 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool, yeah. I'm not surprised. Oh. Yeah, I expect it. I expect a comfortable Liverpool win, but this Premier League, man, is crazy. Like you just
anything could happen, isn't it? You never know.
You just never ever know. So yeah, but yeah, all predictions locked in. Let me see the chats. Palace should be on this million plus. So that's what is a tough place. It is, I think, for United as well. It is a tough place for United as well, especially for. I know it's not about United, but in general, Selhurst Park is a bit tough because the Palace fans they can get a good atmosphere, that's for sure. And I'll say this season's going to be crazy. City got dry bomb. Big up to you, Simon. Good to see you in the chat. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, next game we will move on. And it is Brighton versus Burnley. Yeah, I mean, Brighton, obviously, they come back from a win against Brentford, which was 2-1 at the Amex. So I think Brighton, they're going to continue with this momentum, and I think they will beat Burnley. Yeah, it should be a good momentum for Brighton to keep going, but I think Brighton will win this game. I will go with a 3. I'll say 3-1 Brighton, but I do expect this to be a controlled Brighton side against this match. But Manny, what do you think against Brighton versus Burnley?
Oh, this one's got a seagull win written all over it, really. I know that Burnley did gain some confidence with their win over Sheffield United, but it's Sheffield United. And those blades sadly look not just blunted, they are rusted and not. I don't even think they'll be shined and restored in time, I'm afraid. But Brighton seem to have, recovered quite a little bit after a bit of a mini blip. And they're also a team which is currently doing quite well in the Europa League as well. So they're also, like Aston Villa, learning to sort of evolve as a team and trying to, manage the workloads of playing in the Premiership and in the European competitions. And as for Burnley, well, they're going to huff and puff, but I just think that their overall lack of quality will hurt them. I do believe that Koleosho might be out injured, and they already don't have Lyle Foster, who was one of their best opportunities, really. I can't say opportunities, but one of their best prospects for scoring more and more goals. And Brighton, I think, will have settled down a little bit. So for me, this is going to be a 3-1 Seagull win. I really can't see Burnley doing very much. They'll get a consolation goal, but that really is just about it for them, I'm afraid.
Yeah, 100%. Mr. B?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about I went off. I don't know what happened there with the internet or whatever, Wi-Fi. So, anyway, yeah, I think, yeah, I can't see Burnley getting anything out of it. But, you know, I mean, we lost to Brighton 2-1, unfortunately. You know, 1-0 up and losing Brighton and Bournemouth didn't help either. So, but, you know, I think Brighton are a really good team. I rate them. You know, they done us in the end. That extra quality they had and class. So, I think it's Brighton all the way here. I'm going to go 4-1 Brighton.
4-1 Brighton. Yeah, obviously, I think it was when you came off. I did say 3-1 Brighton. I expect this to be a controlled Brighton, but yeah, I mean, obviously they did beat Brentford, but I just think Brighton, like 1-0 down. Obviously they had to pick themselves up, but you know, for this game, I do expect Brighton to keep this momentum. But yeah, if Brighton did not get a result against Brentford, let's say they lost 1-0, then I would say, you know what, Burnley, they have a chance. But you know, that win against Brentford would give them a bit more momentum against this Burnley side. So
yeah.
3-1 Brighton. Next game, I do have a smile, but Man United do face the ball. Eric Ten Hag,
Manny's got an interest in this one.
None of this Unai Emery business.
Some interest.
Eric Ten Hag, manager of the month. None of this Unai Emery nonsense. Eric Ten Hag, manager of the month for November. Manny. I know he was crying. Oh, I'm talking about. Big up to Aston Villa, by the way.
Was it rigged, Doris? Was that rigged?
We'll touch on Aston Villa very soon. But Ten Hag, obviously, I think it was 3 games, 0 goals conceded. I know the team that we played in November, I can understand why people are frustrated, but you know, fans in general, they look at stats and they look at the results, and obviously we didn't concede no goal, but I would understand why people would say. I think someone said, no, who else was nominated? I think Arteta was nominated. I think. But you know what? Ten Hag won it, and you know what? Yeah, it's good to see that. But for me, like I say, I don't look at manager of the month awards. I look at what we actually win in full matches, and yeah, we should win. So we need to win trophies this season, and it's good to see Ten Hag winning these kind of stuff. But for me, it doesn't matter to me. I want trophies. So yeah, we do play Bournemouth at home. No easy game for me. There's a Premier League game. It's not easy. No Premier League games are easy, but yeah, it should be a good game. Man United versus Bournemouth. We did, I think it was last season that we played very, very good football at home as well. So I do need to say a good same thing against Chelsea. We absolute battered Chelsea, mate. Battered them. Should be more goals. But you know what?
McTominay at the double. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I know people are expecting me to apologise to McTominay. Listen, he done well. McTominay did well for once, but you know, I think Luke Shaw played well. You know what? Luke Shaw played very well against Chelsea, and you know what? I'll start him at centre. Actually, no, I would not. I'll start my left back and then play because Lindelof is ill, so he won't play. So I think Varane has a good chance, but what I see, I think what Ten Hag is going to do, he'll probably put Luke Shaw centre back and then play Reguilon. But yeah, no, look, line up. I think it should be the same against Chelsea. I'll start Kobe Mainoo instead of McTominay, but however, maybe Ten Hag won't do that. But yeah, as for the Bournemouth game, same lineup against Chelsea, obviously without excluding Lindelof. But score prediction, I could see a 3-0 United win, you know. So, yeah, 3-0, I think 3 goals. But like I said, It will not be easy. We need to be
Oh,
playing a Saturday against Chelsea. Good
Bournemouth
football.
on hot form, man. They're on hot form.
Yeah, good.
Bournemouth.
Real. Obviously, Manny's third team. The second team is good. Manny's third team.
Yeah, look, there's no question of second or third teams. The main reason why I do have an interest in Bournemouth is because, as a lot of you know, I work with the Bournemouth fan channel, and word on the street over there at Dean Court is that the team are currently now, rocking a little bit. And I think, Mr. B, we probably discussed this on your debate show with Stepsy. Yeah, and it does look as though they're starting to turn a bit of a corner. And that win over a depleted Newcastle has given them some sort of confidence that they can try and hold their own. Now, they're going to come up against a United team that also likes to play the 4-2-3-1 formation that Iraola is using. So it's hard to see. This particular match might boil down to individual battles. Whoever Bournemouth field in their midfield will have a tough task trying to deal with Scott McTominay and Sofiane Amrabat, Bruno Fernandes and company. But as long as the likes of Justin Kluivert and others are able to continue, bombing down the wings, I think they will give United's fullbacks a run for their money. But, coming to Old Trafford and winning, I know a lot of people have done it more recently and more frequently, but with Bournemouth, maybe this particular match might have come a little bit too soon. I think they will certainly give a great account of themselves. They will certainly show some great spirit. But for me, United should edge this one 2-1. And I might even go so far to say it'll be another McTominay goal with Bruno Fernandes winner alongside Dominic Solanke equaliser. Or maybe even the opening goal.
No, look, if we concede early, I think that's absolutely terrible for us. We need to score the first goal, then get the second goal, and then keep going. Because for me, when I watch United, whenever we concede first, our heads drop, then the mentality of our players, they drop. But Mr. B, over to you. Do you see United win against Bournemouth tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think Bournemouth are in really great hot streak at the moment on hot form, and I mean, I wanted that manager out at one stage. I thought he was going to go, that Iraola. I thought, bring back O'Neill because he was superb. But I thought well, he's doing wonders now, and Man United aren't always that great, are they? So. You never know what could happen here. I mean, they got a good win the other day, United, but it's I think Bournemouth are a good team. I changed my tune a bit about them. I thought they're a decent little team. And I'm going to go for a draw here. I'm going to go for a 1-1.
1-0. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So. Drop points for you now. Well, it will definitely be a drop points because it's at home. So
I mean, no doubt you might sneak the win, be a lucky win again, probably. But I think it'd be 1-1 though. I'm going for 1-1. So
yeah, 1-0. I mean, look, United, we have to take our chances really. And we provide chances. We just need to be clinical. So I do want Hoyland to get his first Premier League goal tomorrow, and I hope that happens. But then again, listen, he gets service, but he's just. I know he's young, but I don't use his age as an excuse. But it does need to take them some of his chances. So, but yeah, obviously no Rashford again. It'll be interesting to see if we continue play good without him again. But no, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. Hopefully we can keep the momentum going and when it gets Bournemouth, and then we'll only be 6 points behind us because I definitely know that they'll be losing this Sunday. But we'll get onto that later. But yeah, next. So yeah, everyone's done their score predictions. I'm sticking to my 3-0 United. But yeah, next one: Sheffield United versus Brentford. Mr. D,
come on, you beast.
Is there going to be Chris Wilder masterclass or will Brentford?
Well, let's hope it's only Gene Wilder in charge because I think we're we should beat them, because I know he's come back and he's we know he bleeds Sheffield United, Chris Wilder, but I still think we should just do it, and I think it's going to be a 2-0 to us. I still can't see Sheffield scoring as much as they got. There'll be new manager bounce or old manager, new manager, I should say bounce. But I think we can still do it even without Mbomo and etc. Mope can maybe come up with a goal, I hope, or Jensen, I believe he's coming back, so we could get a goal from him, or even Visser. So, we're due a goal or two. So, I think this is the ideal time. So, 2-0 the Bees.
2-0 the Bees. Yep. Should be a nice Brentford win, but you never know. But Manny, with this game, versus Brentford, do you see a Chris Wilder masterclass in this game, or do you think Brentford will win this game?
3-1 to the Bees. No discussion.
Yeah. Cheers, Manny. Not often you go for us, mate. Not often.
Sometimes I do, mate. But
no,
I mean,
not
but
much.
listen, I'll tell you what. I mean, Sheffield United are that low on confidence. Not even the return of the wilder beast, as one might call him, will save them. But Ryan has an interesting prediction: a possible 2-1 win. I think Ryan, you might be taking the mickey out of our friend Mr. B here, backing your fellow Yorkshire team. Ooh.
Ryan, what are you doing, man?
Sheffield, 3-1, maybe we could see, but I don't know. Brentford do need to win because obviously they did lose to Brighton, so they need to, if they want to find a win, it has to be this match, and it has to be a good way. Because if you let Sheffield United score first, then but Brentford score first, silence the crowd a bit, get the second one, then job done for you guys. So I will go with a 2-1 Brentford win. I do see Brentford winning, so yeah.
Cheers, fellas. Yeah, let's go for it. Hopefully.
Fighting to draw, so no worries, Mr. B. Next game, we do have a tasty one. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Forest. Now, Sky Sports did report that if Steve Cooper loses this game, he will be gone. So, Manny, will Steve Cooper get the sack in this match? Do you think they will lose, crumble, and Steve Cooper gets the sack? Or will Steve Cooper lift the team up and win against a good Wolves side?
There have been times, Oris, when I've just wondered how the Welshman has still remained in the job, because he suffered some dreadful defeats during his time with Forest in the Premiership. I think we need to be honest and say that after performances like the win over Aston Villa, Forest shouldn't really necessarily be in immediate danger of relegation. But with Everton doing so well, you just never know. And it does look to me as though they're another team in dire need of a confidence boost. They're so low on it right now. And for Morgan Gibbs-White, I'm sure he was relishing, the prospect of leaving a Wolves team that was going down. Now, of course, he's coming back to Molineux with the team on an upward trajectory under Gary O'Neill, who you said, Mr. B, should have been brought back to Bournemouth. So, yeah. And, of course, this particular Wolves team, of course, huffed and puffed against us last time around. A lot of people are going to say that was a great win because we controlled the game. No, we didn't. To control the game, you deny your opponents any opportunities to come back at you. And we did allow them to come back. They did cause us some trouble. And, of course, when Zinchenko made that ridiculous mistake to allow Cunha to score that screamer past your still current but now soon-to-be former goalkeeper, I think, that was a reminder that we still don't have the ruthlessness to really, keep our foot on the pedal when it really matters, especially at the Emirates Stadium. And Wolves are still a fighting team under Gary O'Neill. They're definitely scrapping really hard and proving that they can play. And sadly for Forest, I think the Wolves are going to go there and just not only howl, but they're going to gnaw through those trees and just chop them all down. For me, it should be. And the sad part is that there's no sign of our knee either. They didn't even score against Fulham. I might be tempted to say it'll be a clean sheet for David Bentley. And if he has a Rolls Royce of a performance, all the better. 2-0 to the Wolves.
Oh, is that David Bentley that played for Brentford? We had a Bentley in goal for us once. I think it might be him. I believe it's him, you know.
I will confirm that for you. This is why we have Wikipedia, you see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him, mate. You know, 'cause I know we had a Bentley. I'm sure it's David Bentley playing in goal for us. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's Daniel Bentley, not David.
Oh, Daniel,
Bentley.
sorry. Oh, right.
I do
it's not him,
apologize for that.
No,
that was a ridiculous mistake. I keep making mistakes like this, and at least give me some credit. I do have the ability to do a mea culpa while on the air.
Yeah, it's cool, bro. No worries. But yeah,
for your information, he did actually play for Brentford from 2016 to 2019.
Oh, right.
123 appearances in
I
the league.
I knew it was a Bentley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember the other Bentley played for Spurs, outfield player, wasn't it? Remember him playing for Spurs?
Yeah, former Arsenal guy, and he was a part of the Invincible squad, but only made one appearance at the end of the season. But this guy, Daniel Bentley, is certainly proving himself to be an excellent deputy. You probably don't have a Bentley right now. Yeah, you don't. But sadly, you don't have a Bentley now, do you, mate?
No, no, we don't. But I think I do like Forest, but you know they're on a bad run, and the Wolves are definitely howling, as Manny just said. They're doing really well, and O'Neill, great manager, I believe, and you know he's going to go on to great things with Wolves, I think, and we shouldn't get the sack again, should he? Hopefully not. But you know, I think I don't think there'll be very merry men from Forest this time, and the Wolves are going to feast again. So I'm going to go 2-0 Wolves. So
2-0
Same as my prediction.
Yeah, sounds money. I'm going to go with, before we move on, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go 2-1 Wolves. 2-1 Wolves, I think. Wolves are going to win this. For me, Steve Cooper, I mean, if they want a second, then I don't know, because I saw a video where Forest fans were still giving them support after the game, but I'm not sure, you know, because it's about who they replace, if they find a good replacement for them. So, yeah, but it should be interesting one. So 2-1 Wolves for me. Bit up Luke, hope you're doing well. But yeah, next game. Next game is where Manny will be supporting both teams in this. So,
Mr. Martinez against Mr. Emery.
I say a few things. Arsenal take on Villa. No Arteta.
Good evening.
Without this, they are 1 point behind Arsenal. But Manny, how do you see Arsenal going to Villa?
Well, I'm going to start by giving my prediction, which is really a hopeful one rather than saying it with my head. I do hope that we can sneak a 2-1 win, but it's not going to be easy. And what angers me a great deal is the level of Ryan's gone for the reverse.
Yeah, 2-1.
I can understand why. Because what angers me a great deal is the amount of arrogance from Arsenal Twitter fans. It's people like them who really put the twit in Twitter, has to be said. And they've been pretty much saying the only reason why Villa beat Manchester City and dominated them was because City hardly had a midfield. But I maintain that was Pep Guardiola's fault. He had Kovacic on the bench. He could have started him. He still has Calvin Phillips and still doesn't want to give him any minutes, and had the nerve to apologize, saying he's a good boy and I just can't explain why I can't give him any minutes. Well, you know, don't try to beat around the bush, Pep. We see right through you. It doesn't wash with us anymore. And now Arsenal are saying, we've got Declan Rice, we've got a stronger midfield. We could even consider playing Jorginho because he can find a through pass beautifully. Havertz is coming into his stride, and Saka and Martinelli are going to destroy Villa's high line. We're going to beat them. And if Emi Martinez makes a mistake, it'll be all the better. And all I want to say to them is, you absolute wasters, have some respect and have some shame. We struggled to beat a Luton Town team, which is improving, but it is still still in relegation trouble for what it's worth. We conceded 3 goals against them, and we had to depend on Declan Rice to score another last-minute winner. And we have the temerity the shamelessness to say stuff of champions. As your beloved manager would say, shut your mouth and eat it. And without talking so much about Arsenal, I mean, I will say sort of tactically that, we are going to depend on our midfield, and it is going to be important that Odegaard steps up his game completely. The only problem is he might end up coming up against a stronger Aston Villa midfield, which will be, which will test him, and a lot will depend on Rice. If Havertz starts, then we're going to be in trouble, and sadly, Leandro Trossard has gone a little bit off the boil. What worries me is, of course, the fact that we're playing Benny and Zinni at fullbacks as our fullbacks. And, the last time we played them at Villa Park, Villa absolutely ripped us to shreds. They were 2-1 up at halftime. And the only reason why Arsenal went on to win is because Emery went defensive. He's not going to do that this time around. Against Manchester City, he didn't make any substitutions until almost 10 minutes near the end. And he saw Bailey and Tielemans completely twisting Josko Gvardiol and that City defence all the way to Sunday. So he's now become a lot more positive, a lot more ruthless. The only problem that Aston Villa have will be their high line. And if they do end up playing a back four, then and playing that high line, then there could be a fear that Martinelli or Saka or both of them could spring the offside trap. So my prediction is that Emery might decide to play a back three with Ezri Konsa as a centre back and bring in Matthew Cash as a right wing back and either Luca Digne or Alex Moreno as a left wing back to try to bomb down and give Ben White and Zinchenko some trouble. Then you could have your four. You could have two defensive midfielders in the middle, maybe Cameron Douglas Luiz. You could have someone like maybe John McGinn and Leon Bailey or Moussa Diaby with the former B, Ollie Watkins up front. Because that way, what I would like to see is that if you want to play the high line, you still want to have enough defenders there to make sure that you at least can have the low block. Or maybe Emery might decide that having an extra centre back might not be worth the risk if it means potentially, playing people on side. I don't know. But he has to sort of make sure that he doesn't use the high line. Depend on the high line, because in as much as Aston Villa have caught many people offside, I believe about 70 players so far this season, they have also seen their high line broken. And Saka and Martinelli could very well do that if they're on top of their game. But again, Martinelli wasn't exactly at his best against Luton Town. Even Saka could also end up being double teamed a bit. And maybe Havertz, if they don't pay attention to him, he could come up and do something rather awkward. And Emery, the brilliance of him was that he is able to combine a high line with a low block. But having said that, Pau Torres and Diego Carlos will still have a few mistakes in them, and the defense does lack a little bit of leadership without Tyrone Mings. But the midfield is absolutely sourcing at the moment. Ollie Watkins, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. If Watkins doesn't score, then someone else must. It could be Bailey, it could be Duran, it could be Diaby, it could be anyone else. And of course, if you want a clutch save, I don't need to talk about him. I've said enough. And it is going to be a very tough game. Arsenal do have great stamina. They've got great staying power. I do still hope that they can sneak a 2-1 win, and I am going with that prediction. But I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal don't get very much out of this game. And if Villa end up beating Arsenal, then I'm sorry, but that could very well be a huge dent to our title aspirations. But if it makes
Luca's gone for 1-1, Luca has.
Yeah, I just saw that right now. And Chelsea fan and Ryan have gone for Villa to win 2-1. And Ryan's also given me a warning not to get too carried away on Havertz.
Exactly.
Mate, listen, Havertz is the last person on whom I would even get carried away. He's that sort of irritating player who can, who has a tendency to make you look ridiculous if you make a prediction. If you think he'll have a good game, he'll drop an absolute stinker. But just when you think he'll stink up the place again, he'll conjure up some moment of semi-magic and
he scored against us, fucking arsehole. Can't believe how he scored against us.
Yeah, but look, I'm still going to go for a 2-1 win because it's because I'm hopeful. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if we have our hopes dashed. But as for Villa, they're not going to challenge for the league unless they improve their away form and also strengthen their squad in January. But they haven't done too badly away from home. And I wouldn't be surprised if they end up getting Champions League football. they should win the Conference League as well. So 2-1 to the Arsenal, but it won't be a pretty game. Mr. B, what say you?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a good game, and I think Emery, well, he knows his tactics and he knows Arsenal. Being manager there, and a lot of people will say he still should have been. Not Arteta, but I think, I actually think Villa are going to do it again. I think it's going to be another Emery masterclass here. Good evening. And, I think they're going to win. Because I know Arsenal sort of getting through games, and luckily, thing against Luton, you didn't play well, and somehow you got to win, 4-3. But, you're going to come unstuck at some stage, and I think it will be against Villa. Because I think Villa are a really good team, and really, up for maybe the Premiership this season. A really good chance. And I think it's going to be 2-1 Villa. Maybe possibly an XB getting the 2 goals.
Possibly. I can't. I mean, obviously, I do respect your prediction, and of course, we will come unstuck because after Aston Villa, we've got Brighton, our bogey team.
Could lose to them like we did.
But DJ up there where he says late winner should be a good match. If there's a late winner, I mean, obviously Villa hasn't lost at home since Arsenal beat them last season, which Arteta did this mocking the referee towards the end. But listen, Arsenal can break that record and beat them on Saturday. But it will be a good evening. It will be 1 point behind Arsenal, and it'll be a 2-1 Aston Villa. Martinez masterclass. I'm going to hit my Instagram group chat is.
Well, he's improved his form. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a blinder, but we'll wait and see.
But yeah, Ollie Watkins, I think he's going to score. And then for Arsenal, I'm going to go with Kai Havertz will probably score again, but you never know with Arsenal. Could be anyone. Could be Declan Rice, but it should be a good game. And I think everyone's going to be watching that game. And just a reminder, if Aston Villa do manage to beat Arsenal, they will be 1 point behind Arsenal. You know how crazy that is, that is so crazy, but yeah, it is what it is. Listen, Aston Villa, they're cooking, man. They are cooking.
Man.
Yeah, talking about cooking, mate. Chelsea are not cooking, but they do go to Everton at Goodison Park, where their record is absolutely stinky.
Could get worse.
Everton on the I think they're going to win, and if they do win, they're only 6 points off Chelsea. And just to let you know, they had a 10 points deduction.
Yeah.
Chelsea, man. Chelsea fans, I feel for you right now. I understand the pain. Like us three here, we don't feel no pain, do we, lads? Maybe Mr. Reed does Brentford. But no, Chelsea fans, I'm absolutely. Actually, no, I don't care, man, because you guys use the man to us, but listen. They're screaming for Pochettino to go, but I'm going to predict Everton to win, I'm going to say 2. Actually, no. I always say 2-1. 1-0 Everton win. Cheeky 1-0. Cheeky 1-0 Everton win. I'm going to go with a... Who's going to score? I'm going to go with Dwight McNeil to score as well. Manny, going to go over to you. Is this going to be another loss for Chelsea? Everton will be...
No, I'm going to stick my neck out and go for a Chelsea win because Chelsea have this annoying habit, like other teams and other players, of making their prognosticators look absolutely stupid. Just when you think that they're going through a slump and they're, about to completely drop off, they come back with a win. And against Chelsea, they did have some moments of decent quality, only for Jackson to prove why he's bad. He's bad. We know it. He's bad, and now the whole world has to answer because I have to tell you once again who is bad.
So just beat it, or not?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, of course, Nicholas doesn't have the late Michael's moves. God rest his soul, of course, or his voice, or his talent. But I mean, Yeah, it's clear to see that he is a little bit off the boil, and maybe Pochettino has to sort of run the rule and maybe drop a few people who aren't really producing very much. And the captaincy debacle hasn't really helped matters much, but I think also Thiago Silva is starting to show a little bit of you know. A little bit of slight decline a bit with his old age. He should retire at the end of the season. He is still, of course, one of Chelsea's more reliable defenders. But, when you place your dependencies on people like Conor Gallagher and Reece James and Colwill, among others, and they just don't quite have the consistency or even the character in some stages cases to step up when it matters, you're asking for trouble. I do still think that Mudrak is showing some talent and potential, but for some reason, he just doesn't seem to be able to get into the game as often as he likes. But when he does get into the game, he is really, really good. And their lack of a striker still hurts. But this is also a game where Everton will need to be a little bit careful. They don't allow the giddiness of their win over last night against Newcastle to get to their heads, because football is such that you can be up one day and be brought crashing down to earth the very next. So I would say that Chelsea will certainly have a point to prove, and I do think they will end up winning all three. It will not be pretty, but any win will do. Just as Jason Donovan once sang, any dream will do. Any win will do for Chelsea, even if it's going to be a very scrappy 1-0 win. I think Everton will probably struggle to score. They might have some chances, but they probably won't score. And Sanchez will obviously want to have as good a game as he did did against United without the errors. 1-0 to Chelsea.
Interesting. 1-0 to Chelsea win. Mr. B, what do you reckon in this game?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it could be a bit sticky for here for Chelsea with the Toffees here. I think, because they are going really well. Everton. They're getting some wins together. I think that thing, the actual deduction of those points has spurred them on a bit. To try and stay up. I mean, they're not going to lose any more, are they? I know there was talk about them losing more, but I don't think they will they? Everton?
No, I don't think so. No.
I can't see it, but I think Everton are going to carry on with their good form here. I think they can do Chelsea, and I'm going to go 2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton, what? Same as me, yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I said 1-0 Everton. Sorry, what am I doing? Yeah, you said 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 Everton, but no, look. If Everton manage to win this, then Chelsea are in big trouble. I mean, it's going to be hot. The atmosphere is going to be hot. I mean, obviously, I know everyone says the atmosphere will be hostile, but there is a way to keep them quiet, and it's just an early goal, Chelsea Football Club. If you want to keep that hostile atmosphere quiet, score an early goal, and then the fans will be quiet now. So that's what we did. That's the reason why we beat Everton. Scored an early goal, brilliant goal, and then Everton fans a bit quiet, but still they were still supporting the team, but a bit quiet. A second goal, and then complete quiet. So that's the only way to keep quiet. So yeah, but no, I am back in Everton, man. Up the Toffees, up Sean Dyche, and let's see what happens on Sunday, mate. Because
do what they've done against Newcastle. They can do it against Newcastle and do it to Chelsea, can't they? So
yeah, 100%. No, just the 10. I think he's on about come on, Everton, Chelsea 2 whistles, and they don't have a striker who can score. And that deduction has fired them up even more. Of course.
I just said, yeah. I was saying.
Yeah. Stepsy, message. I don't know if I have you on, but I don't think I said to you that you can't come on. But yeah, that'll be up to you. But yeah, next game. This is going to be a huge one. Fulham. That is.
Fulham going well now at the moment.
Yeah. Obviously, they won 5-0 now. So
yeah.
However, I do see this game being a draw. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I think that's a fair result for both teams. Fulham, well, West Ham, obviously, they beat Tottenham. Same old Tottenham. But yeah, 2-2 for me. It's going to be end-to-end. Manny, your thoughts and your predictions?
Well, I see Chelsea fan and keeping it real. Chelsea have gone for West Ham to win 2-1. But I actually might agree with you, Oris, that this could be a Desmond because what's amazing about Fulham is that they've started to score a lot more goals these days. And I think we're asking the question, who needs Alex Mitrovic when you've got Alex Iwobi, ex-Gunner? Woohoo! And obviously, playing at the Cottage does seem to bring the best out of Fulham. I'm not saying that their home record is anything to shout about necessarily. I mean, it's decent, but it's certainly not Aston Villa's home record. And they are scoring quite a few more goals. But what really impressed me about West Ham and their win over Tottenham is that they continued to plod away and completely chip at Tottenham's defence. And it was an absolutely dreadful error from Udogie, who pretty much sealed poor destiny for his team with that poor suicidal back pass. And
I mean, who let Udogie out? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, who let Udogie out? Who? I'll have to speak to you after this stream, Mr. B, because there's something I have to get off my chest, but not right now. But I do see West Ham being a very industrious team, and they do have the ability, obviously, to work hard and score some goals against some decent teams. I think they will get swamped by teams who literally outplay them and outstrip their midfield. But as long as they do have Ward-Prowse and Bowen and others doing really well, I think they'll be fine. I don't know if Kudus is injured or available or not. But if he were in the West Ham team, then that could also add an extra dimension. But Fulham are looking a lot better. They're certainly a lot more confident. If they can just decrease some of those defensive mistakes of theirs, they could end up getting a few more wins. But in this London derby between Southwest and East London, I think this could end up being a stalemate. Desmond, 2 all written all over it. There will be some goals, thrills, spills, and what have you. And a nice clash between 2 ex-Arsenal goalkeepers, Leno and Fabianski. Both of them on the wrong side in their 30s. Fabianski probably a lot older. Yeah, should be an open game. If I can see it, I would, and should be good fun.
Yeah, should be good.
Mr. B,
yeah, I think, Fulham are in a bit of red-hot form all of a sudden, aren't they? They're certainly up there scoring and stuff and getting points, but, I mean, I think West Ham are still really good. Obviously beating Spurs and everything, they're doing really well. So, I think it's be an actual close one, really. I think it's going to be 2-1 West Ham, and I think Bowen will hit the bullseye again, and it'd be great super smashing lovely. He's going to hit the bullseye twice.
Okay, interesting.
So if anyone understands that joke,
I do. I remember watching Bullseye on ITV when I was much younger. It was a good show. I used to enjoy playing darts quite a bit. Now I just don't get the time. But we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. But yeah, I'm still going to keep my 2-2 prediction. Going to be entertaining, but if West Ham can manage to win this, that is huge for them. Huge for them. But we shall see. Next game, we do have 2 more games left, then we'll wrap up. But Luton Town versus Manchester City. Can Luton get something from this game? I mean, look, I think Rodri is back for City. But you never know with Pep. He could play 6. Mate, this guy played, 5 or 6 defenders against Villa, so I don't know what the hell he's going to think for the lineup against Luton. But, yeah, you know what? It's going to be interesting. I think, you know what, Luton, I do think City... City will win. I think that'll be too much for Luton, if I'm being honest. But, however, we did say the same about Liverpool being too strong. And they draw. Arsenal, obviously, they got the last minute going against Luton. But if they continue to perform against the big, if they keep the same performances against those big teams, they can. It's funny enough, but they can actually get something here because City 3 draws in a row, and obviously one. I know people are saying that they're going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season, which I don't think so. They haven't played. For me, they haven't played the same football as last season as well. So,
Yeah.
I will. I'm gonna go 1-1. 1-1. It's gonna be a draw again for Pep's side. Luton will get a draw, then Arsenal fans will be saying, "Carl is the best man. He's gonna win us the league." So, yeah, I do see. Manny's shaking his head, but Luton, man, he says, "Don't count us out."
Yeah, exactly. Don't count them out.
I'm not because we only scored 1 goal against you guys. So yeah, 1-1. Manny, now you're shaking your head. So I'm predicting you're gonna go with City.
3-1 to City. Rodri's back. That makes all the difference. I wouldn't, and I can even think that I will even think that Calvin Phillips might get a run on for the last 10 minutes or so. Look, Luton have played outstandingly well, but once City start getting some of their players back, there can really only be one result, I'm afraid. And they have gone off the boil a bit, but this will be the game where they get the result they need and just keep themselves there or thereabouts. But I will say this right now. This will be Pep Guardiola's final season at City.
Yeah.
He might want to win the World Club Championship, and then he'll say, "Muchas gracias y adios. I've done my bit. I've taken you as far as I think I can take you, and that'll be it." So 3-1 to City. Mr. B?
Yeah. Well, I actually think Luton have been so unlucky lately, and I mean they probably should have got something against Arsenal. You lot, I think. To be honest, let's be honest, they deserve something out of that, and it was heartbreaking for them at the end there.
Yep.
They've got to do a big team. I think they're due to do a big team at some stage and win it, and I think it could be this one because the way City are playing and they are a bit depleted. I think this is ideal for Luton. They got them at a good time here, and they got to take that chance, and I think they can. I'm going 2-1 Luton for this one. Going for the upset.
We'll see. I mean, if City lose to Luton, I wouldn't be surprised if questions will be asked about Guardiola's job or whether he'll stay the rest of the season.
Yeah. Well, Luton have got to do it sometime. I mean, he should have done it against you, really. And they other teams like United even. So, Liverpool.
I wouldn't have complained if they had drawn or even beaten us because we were that bad. Granted, I didn't really see the match, but obviously due to poor, I had my reasons. Obviously, I couldn't see it, but
no.
I mean, that was a dreadful game by Arsenal, and these idiots on Twitter have the nerve to think that we'll step it up against Villa. Dream on.
Yeah, you got out of jail again, basically, I think, in that one. So.
Yep, but we can't sustain performances like that, I'm afraid.
And
Stepsy, I know I might have sounded harsh, but I'm calling it as I see it. I do apologise for that. I hope you can understand.
Yeah. But no, listen, Luton, it depends how they perform. If they have the same performances against Liverpool and Arsenal, then they can have something. But obviously, Rodgers is back now.
Steps, you shouldn't have said that, mate. Sorry, Horace. He's going a bit off at Manny there. I don't mean it's. You shouldn't say that. I know he's entitled to his opinion. At the end of the day, so he's swearing a bit and whatever. But just call it, man. He's entitled to his opinion, isn't he? So
yeah,
like we all are. So sorry, Horace. Well, mate.
Yeah, but no, look, I think it's going to be 50-50. I mean, no, look, Rodgers back, so, yeah. I think City could win this. Rodgers back, and they've been, without Rodgers, it does look that they do miss him. He's at the positive for them. So, yeah, City could win this, but it could go either way. Yeah. But we got some players back also. Yeah, but guys, just for the comments, I know I've seen Pepsi. Please, obviously, just that respect people's predictions and stuff. And yeah, but no, look, I think everything's around anyways. But yeah, nothing that deep. But yeah, next one we do have the last game of the game week, and it is Tottenham versus Newcastle. Woo-hoo! I mean, Newcastle after losing 3-0 to Everton, they will have to be ready for this game, pumped up. But however, considering that they got Milan after this, they might have to rotate. They can't play the same lineup every single game because they will burn out the players. Because that Milan game, they have to win. If they want to qualify, they have to win. So you know what? GBC says Beverly Hills 9021 first nil. Yeah. But yeah, I mean Tottenham. I don't know. I'm gonna. Apparently, Son's injured, so I mean I don't know where they're gonna get their goals from. I do think it is going to be 2-0 Newcastle. Another loss for Tottenham. Because I think if Son, because I saw a video of Son getting injured, so if that is true, then I think that's going to be a bad loss for Tottenham yet again. So 2-0 Newcastle. Manny, what's your prediction for this game and your thoughts?
Ooh, this is also going to be a big test for Postecoglou because, look, after that loss to West Ham, he was certainly not very happy chappy. And he as again, it was a case of Spurs taking the lead and playing some good football, but losing the game due to lack of defensive concentration. He's going to have to, really psych his boys up for this. But you got a Newcastle team which is also struggling with injuries. I remember saying that Martin Dubravka would be a good replacement for Nick Pope, but sadly against Everton didn't quite have his best game. He wasn't necessarily at fault for the goals, but probably didn't really do much to inspire confidence in the second half at least, and so he will have to pick himself up. Having said that, though, this will be a game where Spurs should be expected to do a little bit more. If they can continue to unleash Bryan Gil and Pedro Porro and have them really attack down the wing, then that should be more than a handful for Newcastle to handle. Having said that, Newcastle do still have Isak and Watson and Almiron and company, although I think it's fair to say that Almiron didn't have the best game against Everton. But this is going to be a tough one to call, and I wouldn't even be surprised if this ends in a Desmond, a 2-2. There should be some goals in this. But there is going to be a part of me that will think that Postecoglou will try and get his boys to rise to this particular occasion and say, you know what, this Newcastle team should be there for the taking. Their confidence is a little bit brittle, and had another video, playing, and I think I just got sidetracked there, but. I actually do think that this might end up with a draw. End up in a draw. Another Desmond 2-2. There will be some goals in this. There will be some end-to-end action, and I think both goalkeepers are going to be very busy. Vicario and Dubravka. Dubravka should have a better game than he did against Everton, and Vicario will make some great saves, but he will also have some hair-raising moments. Italian keepers these days. Oh Dio mio! What can I say? And this should be a game where both teams will try to put things right after some poor defeats, and it'll be tough to call. I wouldn't be surprised if either team ends up scoring a late winner. I wouldn't mind if it was Spurs, because in as much as they are biggest rivals, I do like Postecoglou as a manager and a bloke. But I'm sticking with a 2-2 for this one.
2-2, interesting. Mr. B, what about you? What do you think of this game?
Well, I think it's going to be a few goals. There generally is, isn't they? I mean, Spurs can't keep them out, and they score a few as well. So, I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to go 3-2 to the Geordies, Newcastle. Win it.
Also, just now, thank you for Ryan for reminding me, but Dubravka is playing for No, I just got reminded because I forgot that Nick Pope got injured. I think you know what, guys? You know he's injured for like 4 to 5 months now, but Nick Pope. So I think it's,
Yeah, if he's injured for that, if he's
Yeah.
injured for that long a time, it'll be doubtful as to whether he can be a part of England's squad for the European Championships, and that would be dreadful. Not because
be.
it could very
He's a
well
good
mean that
keeper. Good keeper,
not the
Pope.
not the best with his feet, but still a
No.
fine shot stopper, very good on crosses, and it could sadly mean that we will see Ramsdale in the squad unless something cataclysmic were to happen, but. Newcastle are not going to get Aaron Ramsdale, and they were considering getting David De Gea. I don't know if that'll happen, but I would say give Dubravka a chance. He was a good keeper for Newcastle before Pope's side.
Yeah,
He is still more than capable,
international.
and you just can't. He's also going to be a part of the Slovakia team that will be playing in the Euro, so he's definitely not as bad as people will think he is. So, I think
they're in our group, are they, Manny? Slovakia. They're in our group, aren't they?
I believe Serbia in our group, along with Denmark.
Oh, sorry.
And another team.
Right.
Yeah, so I think we should. I think Newcastle fans should stick with him with Dubravka for now. Give him another chance. He will come good, I'm sure. But the Tottenham Newcastle game should be an end-to-end game, and I've gone for 2-2. What was your prediction, mate?
I think 3-2 the Geordies.
Oh yeah, very well. Yeah, so we're going to wait for Oris to come back, and because he's the one who has to end this stream, I'm afraid. And there he is. So we've done all of the games. Oris, do you want to end the stream?
yes. But yeah, I think I'd just say, well, I scored, but I forgot. Yeah, I think I said 2-0 Newcastle or something like that. But should be an interesting game. I think GBT. I think Romano said that. Romano said that there's nothing going on between De Gea and Newcastle. So, yeah, but guys, we will wrap up here. It's been a great show. Really enjoyed
it's been brilliant.
We're gonna get people to do their socials. So let's start off with Mr. B. Where can people find you? Big up for joining.
Yeah, man. I'm Mr. B, Hive Football Chat, and Mr. B for Life 182. And obviously, I've got a lot of stuff coming up. Of the sort of preview things out and review for my game against Brighton. Unfortunately, we lost 2-1, but I had that on earlier on. I had Stepsy in there with me, and he obviously done a preview for his game for Luton and Man City. So obviously, I've obviously got a lot of things coming up. I've lost a couple of subs. I don't know how I lost them. I don't know what I've done. I ain't offended anyone or anything. So I've lost a couple of subs. I don't know, but I'm hoping to get more, and I want to get to 100 by the end of the year. That'd be fantastic. So that'd be great. And thanks for having me on again, Oris. And cheers to you and Manny, and to everyone else. And come on, you bees tomorrow. Come on.
Yeah, be up to you, Mr. B. No worries.
Cheers, man.
Last but not least, Manny himself. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Threads at Manny Thangadurai 1981. You can find me on Twitter at Thangadurai 1981. And big up to you, Oris, for hosting this stream. Thanks for having me on. You can find me here as a co-host. You can also find me on Hanno's Coach's Corner as a co-host. And I will be covering the Aston Villa Arsenal game at his request. And that should be fun. How my reactions are. On one occasion when I covered, I believe it was the Arsenal Sporting game, I was literally losing my marbles at the penalty shootout. I just hope that this time around...
Cheer Martinez save. Cheer an Arsenal goal. Whatever.
I don't think I'll be cheering a Martinez save as much, but I will obviously, praise it, but not really cheer it. Because look, we've got our own goalkeepers, and I am Arsenal first. But the club is the star. The players and the managers just perform their roles, and if the manager can't perform his role, he has to go. And thankfully or not, we won't have Arteta on the touchline anyway. Other channels, I've mentioned OTF and Coach's Corner, Delboy Gunner TV, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, where I'm about to hop on now, if he can send me the link, because we're going to have a preview ourselves. Also, Up the Cherries in all departments, the Bournemouth fan channel, where we should be doing some more cherry picking stuff. Football United with Anthony Herbert. Also, big up to Northside LDN. I do come on his stream every now and then as when he has a post-match preview. Also, big up to several other channels that I can't really think of or name at the moment. Oh yeah, Matt Odom, the Southern Gooner. We've done some streams together. Great quality stuff with him. Top fella. And yeah, I hope to catch just catch me on any other stream on YouTube where you can possibly find me. You can see my mug, as it were. And I always say again that in lieu of some of the comments in the chat, we do need to try and keep it respectful.
Mhm.
I am entitled to my opinion, but I do try and keep it respectful as possible. And we have to accept that if we can't learn to agree to disagree without being disagreeable, there's no point in having a discussion. So let's cut down the snide, cut down the banter, and treat each other the way we'd like to be treated. Nothing much else apart from that. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the sports on offer. Once again, happy Hanukkah to everyone, all of our Jewish friends celebrating around the world. Also, offer prayers to everyone in South and South Central, Southeastern India who have been affected by Cyclone Mishang. And don't do anything that the panel and I wouldn't do. But for now, as always, it is farewell to thee and goodbye, good night, and God bless to all of you. Cheers.
Be up to you, man. Be up to you.
Yeah,
Make sure you guys do follow us through on socials. You guys know where to find us: Instagram, Arsenal Football, Twitter, or X, but I call it Twitter, or Footy. But yeah, on YouTube you can find us here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, we'll be back for the game week review soon. Obviously, that will probably be Monday. Hopefully, should be. But yeah, we'll be back for the review. But guys, do take care. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe, and we'll be back soon. Peace.